Hello guys and welcome to my new video today. Today the ESPN FC cast will be talking about who they think the best player of the 2018 World Cup has been so far. For me, it would have to be Harry Kane and Kylian Mbappe. Other than those two, I can't really see another player that's well been the best in this World Cup. Harry Kane, as you know, is a top goal scorer and he scored in every game he's played in. So, and Kylian Mbappe had an amazing performance versus Argentina in the round 16, scoring 2 goals. So, and he scored 1 goal in the group stage. So he's definitely in the conversation. Probably Modric. He scored 2 goals, I think. He scored 2 goals so far this tournament. I think he deserves a shout, but for me, it's between Kane and Mbappe. It really depends on who scores the most goals and has more important moments in this World Cup and what's ever left of the World Cup. So they're gonna talk about it, and I'll be pausing and giving my opinions throughout the video.
Of the World Cup so far. Craig, why don't we start with
yeah.
You go first, Bagger, if you want.
Go on, Mike.
No,
Who wants it? Who wants
to
it?
be very honest, when I decided, I chose a couple. Harry Kane just because he scored 6 in 3 games. But as a player who has done well in each game, I was thinking about someone like Coutinho. I didn't really have a standout pick, but I liked Coutinho and I liked his involvement in the games that I've seen him play for Brazil. He seems to want to create. I prefer the creative players, of course, and he seems to be on the ball all the time and sharp.
Coutinho's been okay. I wouldn't choose him. He's only scored 2 goals, and he's really only showed up in 2 games in the group stage. He didn't show up in the Mexico game, nor the last game, and one of the games in the group stages. He's been okay, but I wouldn't put him as the best player.
And I like him, and I like Willian. I think they've done well as in the Brazil sides.
So there hasn't been that many standout individual in the way that James was perhaps 4 years ago. He kind of leapt off the page.
Mbappe was a great game against Argentina, wasn't it? But maybe a little quieter than some of the others. Coutinho's been great. I just thought I went for Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Maka mentioned his goals. Okay, there's a load of penalties. Opposition wasn't great at the start, but the way he handled all the nonsense ahead of the penalty in real time in the Colombia game, where they were trying to mess up the penalty spot. Geiger couldn't get it under control. They must have had to wait. I don't know what it was.
3.5 minutes, yeah.
3.5 minutes. Still slot it away, under pressure, playing for England as the captain, and then steps up in the penalty shootout and repeats it again, whilst having a pretty good game, and his hold-up play in particular and his strength were excellent. I think he's been a leader in more ways than one for England in this tournament.
Are England too dependent on him, Maka? I mean, if he doesn't score, who's...
I'd always like to say, yes, most of his goals have been penalties, but as you know, penalties aren't easy to make, as this World Cup has shown you. Modric has missed one, Ronaldo has missed one, Messi has missed one. So, people are like saying that Kane doesn't deserve it because most of the goals have been penalties, but the first 2 goals he scored were crucial for England to get the 3 points in the first match. He scored the first goal, and then he scored a last-minute goal to give them the 3 points. So he's been playing really good at this World Cup. Just wanted to point that out for some of the people that have been saying that he hasn't been doing good because most of it has been penalties. That's just my opinion.
Who's going to score for England?
It looks like that. It looks that way at the moment. We haven't had the opposition, Adrian, have we really, to really see. They made chances against Tunisia. They should have scored more. Of course, they scored a load against Panama. So that would say that everybody, Lingard and Sterling, can all chip in. But judging on the Colombia game, England didn't make many chances in that Colombia game. And Harry looked as if he was the one. If we were going to get a chance, he was the one who was going to score it. So we'll wait.
Yes, he really played good in the Colombia game. He was creating a lot of chances. He was getting a lot of shots on goal. He scored the goal. He made his goal in the penalty shootout. he was the man of the match for me in that game. I think he won the man of the match too. But yeah, he really showed up in that game. So yeah.
The answer is we'll wait and see. I hope not. I hope other people will chip in. They have done so far, but against better opposition, we'll wait and see.
Other than Yerry Mina, who is your player of the tournament?
I went for Modric.
Yeah.
You know, from the first game right the way through to now, he has been at a level consistently that I don't think anybody else has hit. You know, whether it's...
Yes, Modric has been one of the best players in the World Cup. For me, he's the best midfielder in the world at the moment. But he's really showed up in this World Cup. He's played really well. With a good Croatia, I think Croatia actually has a good chance to make it to the final. But they'll have to face England first. Well, they'll have to face Russia next, who have been a really good team throughout the World Cup. And then England, who's also played well. But I think they have a good chance of making it. But Modric scored 2 goals. He's played really good in this World Cup. He played amazing versus Argentina. He played. He scored a goal in the first match. Then he scored a stunning goal versus Argentina in the second match. Despite the penalty miss, he played really well in this World Cup.
Whether it's defending, whether it's passing the ball, whether it's chasing, you name it, this guy's done it. But what impressed me more than anything was to step up and miss a penalty in the knockout game, and then to step up again when it came to the penalty, and to smash it home. That takes...
Yeah, that takes, like he was about to say, it takes a bunch of guts to do that. He missed a penalty in the last minutes of extra time, and he was the first I believe he was the first player to take the penalty in the shootout. That really just shows how good, and that just really shows how strong of a mentality Modric has. He's a really smart player, and he's an amazing player.
A lot of courage.
A lot of players
you know,
would have
so
welted, wouldn't they?
if you talk about ability, Modric, you talk about courage, I'll go with Modric as well.
Yeah, you could yet have a World Cup defining display in him too. Gab, best player of the tournament so far?
Yeah, if you talk about courage, I agree. It's Modric. I think overall, though, I'll give you 2 other names. One, Yerry Mina, simply because of the time he's had at Barcelona. People thinking he was some kind of joke, some kind.
Yes, Yerry Mina has been playing amazing throughout the World Cup, not just on scoring the 3 goals in this tournament. He's played really good defense, and it'll be interesting to see what Barcelona does with him this upcoming season, because they have they signed Umtiti to a new deal, and as you know, Piqué is irreplaceable in the back. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Yerry Mina. They might put him out on loan to get more playing time in the meanwhile. So yeah, he's played really good this World Cup, but not quite the best for me.
Circus freak, and then he scores 3 goals in this tournament, 2 of them absolutely huge. And the other one is the guy who I think would probably be the favorite to win it all at the end if France reached the final, because ultimately people decide this stuff based on what happens, based really on who gets to the semifinals, and it's obviously Kylian Mbappe.
The headline.
So yeah, like you said, Kylian Mbappe has a chance. I believe he can win it as well if they get to the final and scores a bunch of goals. Not a bunch, but scores more goals throughout the whatever is left of this World Cup. So yeah, I think he has a good chance. But anyways, this will be it for the video. I will have more content, more videos on football topics throughout the World Cup, transfer news, and I'll be doing it throughout the whole club, throughout the whole season the next year. I'll have more videos coming out on the next upcoming games for the World Cup, the Ronaldo news going to Juventus. I'll have more content coming up. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like anything about football, football topics, just anything. I will cover a bunch of football topics on this channel. Anyways, thank you guys. Bye.